All right, guys, we are back with another video. And if you guys don't know me, my name is Nikki. I am the voice coach, singer, songwriter, and producer here at my father's studio. We have a lot of online classes and in-person classes. So if this is something that resonates with you and you're ready to check us out, go ahead and look at the description and all the resources should be there for you. Now, I am committed. Okay, I'm committed to putting more topics out on my YouTube channel and not just vocal warm-ups. And I already started last week. So there's a lot of new content for us today or for the rest of this year, not just today. Today, this is the content. Okay, tomorrow or like next week, it's going to be different. But I am committed. So, and the reason for this commitment is because of just the diversity of students and people that are coming into the studio. And I was like, wow, it's becoming so different now. I think the trend when I first started was just beginners. Like I was just getting all beginners singing and they would just come for like about 2 months and tap out. And over the years, I've just gotten students that are from different industries, and I've just been so blessed to be able to work with professionals, and that's what I had prayed for a long time. And now that I'm in it, there's more diversity, I guess, and my teaching abilities too. Like I feel like I've grown so much from my students that are coming in. And I'm focusing on this a lot because the topic today is not really a tip, but more like giving you an insight to pan out your thoughts here. Okay, so I'm going to be talking a lot. Excuse me. So one of the things that my students come in for is singing lessons. Okay. And in the singing lessons, they are consistent. So it's like once a week for an hour, and some of them stay with me. Some of them stay with me for months. Some of them have been with me for years. And I've seen such progress, not just in their voices, but just in their thoughts and just in their overall perception of themselves. And I think that's the coolest thing singing can do to you, is because you're learning something about yourself, like your voice. And I just think it's like one of the coolest things. But I have some students who have actually turned their voices into careers, and they're doing all the things now. And they started with the same question as they were curious about their voices, and they're like, well, what can I do with this? And hence they started working with me. Then I have a pool of students who are still in that boat where they're like, I don't even know why I'm coming in for lessons. Or worse, I don't even know why I'm singing. That for me, that's where I sit them down and I'm like, okay, let's talk about this. And I know my vocal coaches can relate so much into this. Like, that when your student comes in distracted with all these things, the last thing they can do is sing. It just doesn't work out, right? They can't focus. And with singing, your focus should be 100% on your technique, or else it's just not going to happen. So when they're boggled down with these thoughts, especially around singing, I sit them down and be like, okay, let's talk about this. What is happening and how can I help, right? And so lately I've been having a lot of those. And so I have two different groups here. One are my clients, and I call them my clients because they already know what they want. They have a goal. They bring a song in and they're like, hey, let's go over this song. I want to see what I can bring, what my voice can bring to the table, or hey, let's write this song together. So we already know. And most of my clients I call my clients are professionals, meaning they are in TV or like they are getting paid weekly or nightly for their gig. They're session singers, or they're recording artists. So those ones, they know what to do, and we're like head on, like, let's do this. And then I have my students who are coming in weekly, and they're showing great progress, but they haven't quite taken out their voice just yet, outside the studio. They're still in the realms of my studio. And then the question comes in, it's like, well, I've been taking lessons for like about 2-3 months now. Wow, how far can I take? What can I take this? So let me give you guys like some insights on, or let me sort of kind of, what do you call that? Like decipher? Dismantle? I don't know what the right word is. Okay, but I'm going to help you with your thoughts here for a bit. So the question is why you're coming into the studio and why you're singing in the first place. Okay, now think about what singing does for you. How does it make you feel, right? How does it make you feel? And before you sing and after you sing and while you're singing. So how does this all make you feel? So I have some students who are just coming in here weekly, and I think all my students have beautiful voices, but I have some students who are just coming in and they have like, they clearly have it and they could go out and perform, but to them, singing brings them zen, and it keeps them grounded. And that's why they choose to come in at the end of the week to reset. So for them, it is a wellness reason, okay? Because they focus on their breath work, they get to zen out. It is their me time. And this is why they come into class. And I am all for that. I'm like, all right, girl, boy, come on in, right? Because while I'll be very honest, that is really not why I sing. I knew what I was getting into when I first started with music, and that's because I was sort of born into it. My family, my dad was a musician, my mom was a music enthusiast, and so I just kind of rolled over, like I rolled into it, and so all my lessons, there was a goal for me to be performing something, or like for me to be a performer and to do this, right? So I had a goal, but where was I with this? Okay, so for my other singers, that's not the case. So they'll come in here all for wellness, and that's perfect. So that could be a reason why. The next reason is I have students coming in because, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a real thing, because they are going through stuff, some hard stuff, some difficult stuff, and singing, I think, is like a breakthrough for them. They want to just tap out of that and just be within themselves. And you know what? That happens to me too. So for me, while singing for me doesn't really give me like that zen moment, it does give me like an opening to my emotions. And that's where songwriting comes for me. And I love to write songs. I do all of that. And while that's still in the realm of music, for my students coming in, singing is that form for them, where it's like, you know what, I'm just going to focus on this. And I know something's happening in the outside world, but if I give myself 1 hour to tap out, I can serve the world better. And I think that's really cool. So that's also a very good reason. And another reason is confidence reasons, like confidence issues. For me, singing brings you some sort of confidence, because you're almost obligated to be vulnerable in front of people. It's not like the guitar or the piano or like any instrument where it's so external. Like for singing, you're using the same vocal apparatus as how you when you're voicing your opinion. You're using the same mouth to voice your opinion or to speak out. And so singing now, when you kind of put that together, it creates this like, whoa, like it becomes very scary. And I understand that. And so for some of my students, it's a confidence thing. They want to prove to themselves that they can go out into the world and use their voice. And I think that's like one of the coolest ways to incorporate singing is for confidence. For me growing up, I was a little overweight, and I used to get teased a lot, and I used to joke a lot, or thrown jokes at a lot. The only time that the jokes are put to sleep is when I perform. I was a performer at a very young age, and I was very confident in that. When I was on stage, man, it was like I couldn't see anyone. I would just sing my heart out, and I knew that I was good. And so, and a lot of that is because obviously my parents told me I was good. My mama told me I was good, but I knew that I was good inside. Like, I knew, because I loved to sing. And then the singing part of it, like performing on stage and being able to make mistakes on stage and then just kind of like rub it off and be like, whatever, next time will be better. That carried out into my whole like high school and also, finding careers and stuff. It really, really did help me level up my confidence. And so, well, thanks for listening to my TED Talk. No, but I'm serious. Like, that is a big part in why I think singing or taking singing lessons is important. Like, I think that's so important for us to just kind of like dive in to say, hey, you know what? Let me learn more about myself. And that brings, the whole confidence thing in. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that, see where you're at with that. So again, to wrap this up, right? You're taking singing lessons, and the goal is not entirely to perform, or like at least you're not there yet, right? Coming in for singing lessons could be like a wellness thing for you. Zen out, tap out. It could be a way to channel in your thoughts and your feelings. That means like if you're going through something heavy, singing can really help you sort of like tap into yourself just a little bit more and open up new things that you just haven't opened up before. And the last one, and I think it's like one of the most important things, is confidence issues. This really goes hand in hand with or this is really, and I don't mean to say this like, at a certain age you should not even be thinking about this. No, what I'm saying is like, this is really good from children. Like, it starts with the kids too. So if you see your child sort of not having any confidence, or you want to build more into them, then put them into some sort of like singing lessons or any arts that will help them, or like that will expose them to performing. And I'm not just saying that for the kids, it's for you guys too, for like adults too. Most of my audience are adult women, and I think it's so important for us to build that confidence as women through our own voices, and that carries over through the workforce, through our families, our friends, and at home as well. And so singing lessons can really, really take you there. And in anything you do and in everything you do, that consistency is key. So I think in the next topic, I will dive into how can we normalize singing, and then that will also creep into the confidence thing that we are talking about here. So I hope that kind of helps you sort of think about things. And if you found this video helpful, please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel, because I will be putting out more content like this. All right, guys, till then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.